Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to feed some fish, and I think we will start with this guy. Red belly piranha, born here in the fish room. And he is extremely aggressive. So what I've got some chopped up tilapia. We'll give him a piece. See, he is ready for it. Here we go. Just like that, it's gone. So he gets a chunk about that big twice a day. The rest of these are for the adults. And I just dropped those in. And they're not quite as aggressive of eaters as the little one is. Never have been. And okay. What else should we feed? First, let me show you these guys. They've got some fry wigglers on that cone and on the cage. I'll get you a close-up you can take a look at. Okay. Let's feed. Let's feed these baby discus here. There are 8 babies in here from this same pair. That was their first successful spawn. All right, so we have my beef heart mix labeled B for baby, and the difference with this is once I processed it, then I ran it through a food processor again and made it very small so that the young can get it. So I'll give them a little bit like this. There they go. These guys are just coming off of the baby brine shrimp, and now when I put the beef heart in here along with baby brine shrimp, they tend to ignore the brine shrimp, so they are loving the beef heart, and that's good. Less work in the fish room when they're eating the beef heart. Okay guys, next we will feed this group of baby discus. And they are always hungry. I am still giving them the baby beef heart mix because there are some small ones in there still, but I'm going to give them a good bunch of it. There we go. They will just snack on this for the next, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I know I put quite a bit in there, but I want to make sure that even the little ones get a chance to get some food. And when they're done, we'll vacuum out what's left. But they're pretty aggressive eaters, which is great. Okay. Let's see. How about we feed feed these guys next. I'll get a different beef heart. Okay, I'll show you what I got here laid out. So I've got my 3 types of beef heart here. This is the main mix for all the discus and angels. This has a higher vegetable content, and I will feed it sometimes to the swordtails and other fish. That's the babies, of course, tilapia, and here I have bloodworms, and I'll show you that here soon. But in the fish room, I have this refrigerator. I've got some baby brine shrimp cubes here for emergencies. I've got beef heart mixes, different flake foods, tilapia, different ingredients in here to make my fish foods back in there. Dried plums from the tree in the backyard, those are for me. Let's see, spirulina powder, astaxanthin, however you pronounce that, brine shrimp eggs. So yeah, I keep my food right here in the fish room. So let's grab this version for the adults. And these guys aren't really adults yet, but they are big enough to eat the larger version of the beef heart. So let's get them a piece. Like I said, I got these from a guy, this group of 6 from a guy off of Aquabid, and a couple of them have deformed fins. Like I've said before, one of the risks of buying online from somebody you don't know. I have purchased from that person before and had some really good luck. The fish come in small, so it's really hard to tell at that age if they were going to have any deformity. So really not his fault, but beware buying online. That's what you run into. Okay, let's get these guys some beef heart. The one's a little reluctant to leave the babies to eat, but she will. There we go. Okay, they love the beef heart. Get some in here. Let's do some here. And so you guys know there is a pleco in here, and actually in all of them. So any of that food that doesn't get eaten or gets back behind the filters, it will be taken care of. That is not a problem. Alright, what do you say we feed these darters? They are extremely camera shy, so I will do my best to get some footage for you. Alright, so I give the bloodworms to the darters. I'm going to stay back just a little ways so I don't spook them. Yeah, they're still extremely shy about the camera, so I don't know if we're going to get any good footage for you. No, they're not even going to touch what's fallen, so... Well, that's too bad. They're fun to watch eat. But, alright, well, that's probably enough for now. I mean, you've seen the discus eat. I've got a bunch of tanks in here that need fed. And, interesting. I did water changes yesterday, and both of these tanks are low. And the wood's not wet. They're not leaking, so they must be draining out of here. Okay, well, either that or I just didn't fill them back up, which, hey, it happens. Alright, well guys, thanks for watching this one. I'm going to finish feeding all these fish, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, so I'm sitting here editing this video that I just shot, and I wanted to make a couple of points about discus and feeding discus. You know, so many times people get new fish and they hide behind the plants, filters, whatever, and you don't really see them eat. The discus, until they get used to their environment and trust their owner, can be like that. The one thing I want to stress is once your fish have settled in, and really, in my experience, it only takes maybe a week for young and 2 weeks max for the adults to come around and really start eating. So if your fish are not attacking the food like you just saw in this video, after they've settled in, they're still not just going at that food hard, then they're not happy about something. It could be either the placement of the tank and they get surprised when you walk in or out or by the tank. It could be water parameters. They could be sick. So keep that in mind when you purchase fish, especially discus, because they are expensive. When you get to the store, ask the store clerk to feed the discus and watch them. There's a lot of traffic in the fish stores, so you can't always take that, to heart, but they'll show some interest in the food when they're healthy. If they're not eating, then you need to start checking things: temperature, water parameters, tank location. But once they trust you and they trust their environment, then they're just superb eaters. So keep that in mind. Also, you saw me feed some bloodworms to the rainbow darters. Those darters won't eat any kind of flake food or pellet food. So I feed them either frozen brine shrimp or bloodworms. Those are the only fish in my fish room that I feed bloodworms to. I've never found yet a brand of bloodworm that doesn't eventually make the discus sick. That's my opinion. That's my findings. That's here in my fish room. Your experiences, others' experiences are different, I'm sure. But for me, I won't even risk it. So I make my own beef heart. I will feed brine shrimp to the discus as a treat, but never ever do I feed bloodworms to the discus. So that's just my rule here in the fish room. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.